All right, what else can we test for? Well, we could check to see that the isStaking function is working, because if you remember, the other thing is we have our Boolean over here for where is it? Over here for isStaking. So we can check isStaking because they should be staking at that point and it should be true, right? So you can pause the video, and if you're feeling brave, go ahead and try to write the test to see that the updated status should be true. All right, hopefully you had some success. So we're just going to do this together. Is staking balance. So we want to write results, await, and we want to take it from the central bank here, and we're going to check for is staking, and we want to see if it's staking from the customer. Okay, and let's check our equality here. Would be equal result to string, and here it's not about a number, right? Here it's just a value. So we want this value to be true. True. And we can have our notes saying that customer is staking balance to be true. Sorry, customer is staking status after staking. Okay, so let's save that. That's a lot of great, smart tests to make sure that everything's working before we actually deploy on the blockchain. And so what do we just do? Let's go over it really quickly. Let's go over it briefly again. So we're doing a test to check the investor balance. We get the investor balance of the customer, right? Customer, remember, comes all the way up from here, from our contract. It is the second address in our Ganache. Where's Ganache? Over here. It's this address, right? So we get that, and then that should equal to 100 tokens, right? Before staking, because we remember in our deployment, we've got 100 tokens. We've gone over that a bunch. Hopefully that makes sense now. Then we check the staking for customers of 100 tokens. All right. So here we actually have to run an approval first, right? Because we can't actually deposit without getting the approval, because this is a transfer from, not a transfer function that we're taking. So we go to central bank deposit tokens. We have 100 tokens from the customer, okay? But in order for this to work, we have to get the approval. And so we run the approval. Basically a simulation here. We run the approve for 100 tokens first. And after we do that, then we can deposit 100 tokens from our customer into the central bank. So the customer says, hey, you can take 100 tokens. Then we run this. Okay. Updated balance. All right. So after the customer has said you can take basically all our tokens, the customer should have 0 tokens left. So that's what this checks, right? And oh, here I made a mistake. The central bank should have 100 tokens, right? Because then after, the customer has no tokens, we check the balance of our decentral bank, and we should have received 100 tokens. So we get the balance from decentral bank address, and that should be 100. Finally, we check for our deposit token Boolean updates to true, and we run an assertion for that. And that's that final staking. And this is basically all the tests. It's really all that. I went into, hopefully, I've gone into a lot of detail to connect this for you over and over again. So hopefully it's clicking, it's coming together now. If not, don't worry about it. Just keep going with it, especially once we get the front end working. You're going to see all this in action. But let's go to our Truffle console. Just our regular console, and let's run a Truffle test. And hopefully we're in the money and things are looking good. So let's hit enter. Okay, so we've got one thing that's not working out here. The central bank mock wallet balance after staking from customers. So plus expect minus actual. So it was expecting something different. So let's take a look. Oh, okay, I see what's happening here. All right. We are actually getting the results to be the wrong thing here. We're sending the result to be the balance, to be the tether balance of a decentral bank address when I switch that with owner, which doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest. So what I want to do actually is, we don't want to take it from tether. We want to see the balance from actually from the decentral bank. And we can actually do this if we grab from the decentral bank, we have staking balance, right? And we can grab the staking balance from the customer. Okay, so I can save that. And just to clarify that, if I go back to the central bank, we have our staking balance here. And our staking balance is the updated amount, right, after we're staking. And so when we want to check the update balance from our decentral bank, what we can do is actually check what the staking balance is from the customer of the owner, right? Let's try this. Okay, so great. So all of our tests are passing. Amazing. In the next video, let's build out more functionality for issuing tokens, rewarding tokens, because this is a digital bank and people can put their money in and then they get, or people can put their crypto in and then they're going to get tokens in exchange for putting in their tokens. So let's create the reward functionality, run tests for that. And then also after that, we're going to do the unstaking so people can take their tokens out if they want and have that functionality as well. Always good to give people the choice after they put it in to take it out. Not very nice to say, hey, you put it in. Sorry, it's just going to have to stay there forever, right? So we're really working under the hood here. Hopefully the dots are starting to connect. Keep on practicing. Keep it up. And I'll see you in the next video.